She took one bite, made a face, and pushed the plate away. Mom, no one eats like this anymore. Your cooking is outdated. The words cut sharper than she knew. It wasn't the critique. I'd heard worse. It was the way she said it, dismissive, performative, with one eye on her phone, capturing the perfect shot of her aesthetic lunch. Something overpriced, barely warm, but plated like a magazine cover. She was an Instagram chef now. Thousands of followers. Paid partnerships. Posing with sautéed kale and oat milk sauces, tagging brands I used to sell to quietly, anonymously when I was rebuilding my life from nothing. She didn't know. She didn't know that the woman she mocked once stirred soup over a campfire behind a shelter. Or that I learned to cook with broken measuring spoons and borrowed spices. She didn't know I was the supplier behind some of the artisanal ingredients she bragged about. She called it clean eating. I called it survival. Still, I stayed quiet. She rolled her eyes when I offered traditional dishes, laughed when I used handwritten recipes, even posted a video mocking boomer baking, my baking, that went viral for the wrong reasons. The comments stung. LOL, whose mom still makes meatloaf? This is why your generation has no followers. Unseasoned struggle food skull. But while they laughed, I planned. Because what she also didn't know was who owned the company behind her biggest brand deal. I did. 10 years ago, when a little-known wellness startup struggled for funding, I invested. Quietly. Under a holding name. And when it grew into a global brand, the very one that sponsored her reels, I remained in the background. Watching. Waiting. She had a major campaign lined up. A featured chef collab. A full rollout. It was everything she'd been working for. She talked about it for weeks. Even told me not to embarrass her during the launch party. I didn't argue. I attended, dressed in simple clothes. The room buzzed with influencers and executives. She barely acknowledged me. Just enough to keep up appearances. Then came the announcement. The spokesperson stepped forward. Smiled. We'd like to introduce our new senior culinary partner, the face of our latest heritage revival line. They turned to the screen. My face appeared. I wasn't just the face. I was the creator, the consultant, the executive producer of the campaign built around timeless flavors with generational soul. The crowd applauded. Her jaw dropped. I walked on stage, calm, steady. They said my food was outdated. I said into the mic, turns out, nostalgia is trending. She stood frozen. Later, I approached her privately. You're talented, I said. But talent without humility spoils fast.
She didn't respond.
Just looked away. A week later, she posted a heartfelt video. No makeup, no filters. She spoke about family, legacy, and how sometimes the dishes we push aside are the ones that made us who we are. It got more views than any recipe she ever shared. The twist? I offered her a spot in my upcoming line, a mentorship deal. Behind the camera, learning the roots of what she'd been remixing.